Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 132nd commencement exercises at Staples High School. If everybody would have a seat now, we have just a couple of things to go over so we can have a successful afternoon. We need to begin with a couple of business items. In the event of an emergency, exits are located to each side of the graduates in front of you and in the back center aisle, as well as the rear corner of the field house. If at any time during this afternoon ceremony you feel it's too warm and you'd like to watch the proceedings in air conditioning, the ceremony is also being broadcast in the cafeteria. Also, when we get to the awarding of diplomas, students will be photographed by a professional photographer, so we ask that in order to make sure that everybody can see their graduate, and for everyone's safety, that you do not congregate at the ropes of the front area. You can find information about how to get a print of your graduate's photograph on the Staples website. At this time, I ask everybody to once again rise as you are able, as the Staples Orphenians sing the Star-Spangled Banner. Everyone may be seated. Thank you to Mr. Rosenberg and the Orphenians. Welcome once again as we celebrate the graduation of the Staples High School class of 2019. Let me begin by acknowledging the faculty of Staples High School who work each day to not only make sure that our students receive the best academic preparation in the country, but also to attend to their social and emotional needs and constantly work to improve their craft in the service of shaping our students into productive, contributing citizens. Would all members of the Staples faculty, whether in robe or around the auditorium, please rise to be acknowledged. Let's also take a moment to celebrate everybody who enabled today's events to come together, starting with Mrs. Karen Romano, who puts in countless hours over many months to make sure that graduation comes together, and trying to manage me at the same time, and our phenomenal head custodian led by Horace Lewis, who worked tirelessly every day and were here until midnight last night to make sure that this all came together. Thank you to the PTA, led by co-presidents Tom Hollum and Netta Levy, who have been advocates for our students and staff, and to all of the volunteers listed in your program who made sure that our seniors had a fun send-off during this graduation season, and also to Mrs. Kelly Shamus, the class advisor, for the time she's dedicated to our graduates. On days like today, the administrators and teachers get all the glory of dressing in polyester robes, but there are so many people that allow us to open the doors of this building and really all of our schools every day to make sure that our students are safe, cared for, and don't miss a beat on the path to their dreams. So, thank you to the counselors, social workers, psychologists, parent volunteers, custodians, maintainers, cafeteria workers, substitute teachers, proctors, security staff, secretaries, health aides, nurses, coaches, trainers, accompanists, and field monitors that make this school go every single day. Finally, I want to give special thanks to Mr. Jim Farnan, the assistant principal for the class of 2019, who has lived all the ups and downs alongside the 475 members of his class. He's been their biggest cheerleader and shepherd, administering tough love when necessary, but always reminding every one of them that they are a part of the family. Thank you, Mr. Farnan. So I've been inundated recently with well-wishers and others who want to talk about the virtues of going home. I know that they mean that in a sentimental way, when the fact of the matter is, it's been a long year, and I've had 3 bosses in 3 months, and right now I'm looking forward to just going home, to my house, to have dinner with my kids, and finally to getting to work in my gardens. And in thinking about my gardens a couple of weeks ago, my thoughts turned to the class of 2019. You see, I'm always torn between the idea of having a perfectly manicured lawn bordered by evenly spaced flowering plants that are perfectly pleasing to the eye, as if strolling through the botanical gardens of London or New York, versus a more naturalistic, low-maintenance garden of slightly wild perennial growth. I've decided to come down in my gardens on the side of the perennials, and to leave the grass just a little bit longer. Because it turns out that while the perfect lawn and perfect beds look pretty, in the long run, they become more reliant on chemicals or large amounts of manure, and are less resilient and more susceptible to disease, rot, and are actually pretty bad for the environment. Manicured lawns don't necessarily allow for regeneration. Their upkeep requires cutting them off just as they're growing. So, in short, as I tend to my gardens this summer, my hope for you, the class of 2019, is that those of us who love you, your families, your friends, teachers, coaches, have not made you think that the only path that lies ahead is one in which perfection is the goal, but that you're able to grow just a little bit wild, adapt to your environment, and foster growth not only in yourself, but in the world around you, because no one wants to become overly reliant on chemicals or manure. So now that there's nowhere to go but up from here, to become class speaker, any student from the graduating class can share their story or reflections and is chosen by a committee of teachers, students, and administrators through an anonymous reading of entries. Our speaker is an excellent student, involved with multiple honor societies, but as her friends and teachers know, she's also a keen and witty observer of life at Staples. This year's class speaker is Victoria Chow.
Hi, everyone. It almost seems surreal that after 4 years and countless hours, that this is the end. We finally made it through high school. However, it's difficult to come to terms with the idea that we may never step foot in this field house or walk these halls again. We may never be able to learn about books from the bathroom stalls or gain foresight into the future with the soup of the day emails. We might never see pictures of Horace Staples, or Dan Woog dresses him, ever again. We won't have the variety show, the involvement fair, or grim reality day. It's felt like centuries of our lives were controlled by bells. But now that we're leaving, it's strange that my life doesn't revolve around 50-minute blocks. But when it comes down to it, Staples is so much more to me than just a building or a high school. No matter our experience here, this school has changed us and taught us more about ourselves than we could have ever hoped for. The teachers, the administrators, our friends, our siblings, and our parents have each offered nudges to shape us into who we are. They supported us through every hardship and guided us through every problem. It was here that most of us learned the true meaning of the word resilience. It was here we met lifelong friends and mentors who have changed us for the better. It was here we discovered our passions and interests that may guide us for the rest of our lives. If I had to pick a moment of my high school career that embodies and demonstrates everything I've talked about, I'd have to pick the variety show from a couple weeks ago. It's a very strange choice, but I felt like it represented Staples perfectly. During the show, we watched a wide range of talents, from comedy to singing to the playing of bagpipes. In the performance I attended, the audience was just as energetic as the performers. Halfway through a student singing, people started waving phone flashlights. Every time someone hit a high note, there were cheers. When the bagpipes started playing, people started to clap along. Some of the performers I had never met before. Yet, because of the supportive atmosphere at Staples, we were all cheering for them, regardless of how well we knew them. It was so powerful to sit there in a crowd of hundreds of students supporting each other's talents. However, the real variety show at Staples isn't just 50 minutes long. The past 4 years have actually been a continuous Staples variety show, with all of us walking alongside our classmates, watching them reach their full potential. Our class is filled with diverse talent, be it on the stage, in the practice room, or in front of a canvas, or on the sports field. We have all witnessed each other shine in unimaginable ways, and it has been both humbling and inspiring to see such tremendous growth among my peers. Ultimately, it's all these gifts and talents that have shown me the most important lesson I've ever learned in my life: to live with purpose, to pursue our passions, and what genuinely matters to us every day of our lives. I wish I could say my entire high school life was purposeful. I remember wading through the muck of junior year, burying my head in review books, and checking Power School a concerning number of times. I remember ignoring my friends and my own mental health under the delusion that the only way to reach my arbitrary standard of academic success was to push myself harder through more and more studying. Although it may not have manifested through academics as it did for me, all of us can relate to this unhealthy stress. It's personal to each of us. Unfortunately, during that time, I was living test to test and grade to grade instead of moment to moment. It's so easy to fall into the trap of praying for the weekend, or for the summer, or for college, or for the next break. Thinking back, I don't think I could pick a single day where I went to bed satisfied with what I had accomplished in those 24 hours. I became so enveloped by the numbers and the points and the letters that I had forgotten what truly mattered to me. At that point, life had become routine. Wake up, school, study, 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 sleep, repeat. All I wanted was summer and freedom. But looking back, I shouldn't have had my eyes on the future. I should have wanted myself to be happy and healthy in the present. As the wise Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda once said, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift." That is why it's called the present. Our lives should be lived day by day, not goal by goal. The journey forward through every day is more important than the end result. True happiness and fulfillment comes from everything that brings us towards it. I've wasted time waiting from one 50-minute block to the next. I wish I had realized this truth earlier, because even in stressful times, I want to be able to go to bed and say that I did something that truly mattered to me every day. This purpose that I speak of is different and unique to each of us, and it varies from day to day. It could be reading for 30 minutes, or enjoying the outdoors the next, or spending times with family and friends, or yes, even studying. As long as it truly, truly matters to you, there is no such thing as the wrong purpose either. Each and every day, we should seek our own personal daily purpose, not putting it off until the next. It was Staples that taught me this. Thanks to all the teachers, my peers, the administrators, and always supportive parents, I was able to realize that today is the gift. And to the class of 2019, I wish the same for you. I wish for you the present. Thank you for a meaningful, magnificent 4 years, everyone. Good luck on your journey forward.
All my life
To achieve the distinction of valedictorian at Staples High School is no easy task, requiring 4 years of otherworldly academic performance, achieving the top academic GPA. For our valedictorian this year, this was an especially difficult challenge because with one slip-up on an exam, she would not have even had the highest GPA in her own house. In thinking about her, I can tell you that you will not find anyone who has achieved so much and been more humble, kind, or shy about telling you that she's attending Harvard in the fall. For the record, her sister Anissa, the salutatorian, are not identical. And yes, she is a little excited that since she's always second alphabetically, she's first in class rank. And although I haven't been able to find the video, her dancing is apparently legendary in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, Serena Prasad.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, esteemed faculty and administration, and Mr. D'Amico. I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. I'm sure you'll soon regret it. So let me start with a few disclaimers. First disclaimer, this speech will last approximately 6 minutes. I tell you that because, let's face it, we all know that the best part of a speech is when it ends. So just hang on, you'll enjoy that bliss in 6 minutes, I promise. Second disclaimer, I really didn't want to do this. I mean, I'm happy to be your valedictorian, if only it didn't involve this speech. Normally I wouldn't come near public speaking with a 10-foot pole, but here I am. So before I begin, I would like to kindly remind you that your exits are there and there. And in case my speech crashes, your seats do double as flotation devices. Third disclaimer, this speech is made possible by unchecked adolescence, rampant grade inflation, and viewers like you. Okay, now I'm really gonna start. As a teenage girl who's had her head stuffed down various textbooks for the last 4 years, I'm obviously the best person to be standing up here doling out life advice. So, as I was preparing to write this speech, I got to thinking about us as a class. Who are we, class of 2019? A few things immediately came to mind. We are clearly the smartest and most attractive class ever. We are people who all understand that here at Staples, lockers are for decorative purposes only. We are experts at quieting our breathing after racing across the building and up 3 flights of stairs to make it from gym to math on time. We're people who will probably never order the soup of the day off any menu ever again. We are inspired and we are inspiring. We are people who understand that recalling the 13th president or the derivative of 4x cubed is not really the education that will help us change the world. By the way, it's Millard Fillmore and 12x squared. We are people who, over the last 4 years, have learned how to learn and how to think, and those are the skills that we'll use to change the world. But after thinking a lot about who we are and where we're going, I still didn't really know what to say here today. I was still drawing a blank. What pearls of wisdom could I possibly offer? What reflections would be worthy of your attention? And then came movie night in my house. Luckily, my parents' ever-persistent efforts to get us to watch old 80s movies won out, and we ended up watching The Breakfast Club. As I watched this story of 5 seemingly disparate high schoolers, a jock, a prom queen, a stoner, a geek, and a basket case, I was struck by the fact that in 30-odd years, high school really hasn't changed that much. The kids in the Breakfast Club fell easily into their separate little cliques. They saw everyone as a stereotype instead of as an individual. As they got to know each other, though, they came to understand that they had more in common than they had realized. Like those fictional high schoolers from the 80s, we at Staples can also struggle sometimes to see what we have in common. It's so much easier to see what we don't. But the greatest lesson I've learned over the last 4 years is that it's worth the effort to find common ground and to see how there's a little bit of rebel and rule follower, jock and nerd in all of us. As we move into the next stage of our lives, we'll need these skills more than ever. We should never forget how to bridge our divides, how to find our mutualities. A wise woman once said that we will only have peace in this world if we remember that we all belong to each other. I hope that our generation never forgets this. I am so grateful that I got the chance to know so many of you over the past 4 years, and in many cases over the last 12. As I look out over the crowd right now, I realize that there are some of you whom I barely know, and I regret that. But then again, I also regret knowing far, far too much about some of you. So while I saw a little bit of all of us in the Breakfast Club, there was one key message in the movie that I disagreed with, namely the idea that when you grow up, your heart dies. I don't believe that. I don't believe that these will be the best years of our lives. I believe that we will take what we've learned, all the lessons we've been tested on, and use them as we continue to grow and gain experience. Experience is, of course, the hardest teacher of all. It gives the test first and provides the lesson only afterwards. But we've been well prepared by the amazing community that is Staples High School. So, fellow graduates, I ask again, who are we? We are Staples players. We are JSA, we are the football team, we are the choir, we are science Olympians, we are cheerleaders, we are all geeks and jocks and nerds and artists, each and every one of us. We are people who, no matter where we end up, will always leave a little part of ourselves here, in this town, at this school. So thank you, Staples, thank you, teachers, thank you, parents and siblings. To the class of 2019, congratulations. And I think I speak for everyone when I say, don't you forget about us.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to many of you for the first time that third boss in 3 months that I referenced earlier this afternoon, Dr. David Abbey, the interim superintendent of schools, to certify the class of 2019.
No matter how many graduations I've come to and been part of, and there have been many, each one is unique and each one is so special, and it's wonderful to be part of this today. Congratulations, class of 2019. I hope all your days are as magnificent as this one. And now, having met the requirements established by the state of Connecticut and the Westport Board of Education, I hereby certify the class of 2019 as officially graduated. And I wanted to add simply, congratulations, class of 2019. I wish you nothing but the best.
I could bring it down. Hold on, we're going to bring this down. Maria Masonette. Blair. Blair Gowrie. Matthew Nolan Hirschler. Joseph Connor Ashton. Gabriel Alonzo Baltierra. Aiden J. Nichols. Cole Jacob Schuster. Taylor Joseph Barr. Jack Thomas Banks. Christopher Stephen Calger. Reed Daniel Barris. Nicholas Paul Rossi. Charlie David Norman. Benjamin Lewis Wolf. Zachary Jacob DeBrino. Benjamin Shanti. Joshua Horowitz. Bridget Z. Groves. Chad Jason Cellini. Samuel Alexander Mandelbaum. Max Benjamin Herman. Antonio Antonelli. Daisy Louise Brackett. Georgia Iris Wright. Juliette Brooke Sherman Schweibel. Avery Jane Smith. Eleanor Sardarian. Victoria Chow. Serena Verma Prasad. Anissa Verma Prasad. Carter Rockhold Teplica. Sophie Marie McCabe. Rachel Emma Caulfield. Claudia Lucia Marmello. Ben Cartinelli Roland. Alexandra Hannah Levins. Christina Michelle Ludell. Zoe Wendy Barnett. Summer Lee Hutchinson. And Catherine Mary Clark. Alexandra Rebecca Berman. Juliana Megan Schmerock. Emily Isabella Ing. Sam Tyler Gusick. Declan Samuel Byrne. Ellen Elizabeth Fair. Margaret Catherine Foley. Ellie Michelle Klein. Rebecca Casey Webster. Brooke Elizabeth Redmere. Lillian Veda Smith. Kai Grant Dasbach. Anna Isabel Human. Madeline Lucy Baldon. Alexa Remy Chinitz. Julie Ann Ragosa. Sophia Georgievic. Colin Charles Kusa. Preston Clay Brewster Lust.
Justin Thomas Schmidt. Hannah Marie Schmidt. Luisa Lopez Cosito. Mason Dowd Hayes. Libby Catherine Murray. Charlotte Elizabeth Lehman Call. Lily Rowan Williams. JL Rebecca Jean. Ella Meyer. Isabella Helena Jagenberg. Joseph Alexei Orlov. David Alexander Adepietro. Ethan Patrick Hines. Fraser James Lyons. Daniel Alberto Bacardo. Joseph Thomas Haber. Kelvin Axel May. Elizabeth Lauman Tonsberg. Arancha Victoria Rodriguez. Camille Boley. Taylor Marie Birch. Zachary Edward Rosenberg. Jacob Q. Garcia Emmanuel Lopez Paul. Claire Elise Haig Rogers. Natalie Dean Lepska. Yersemi Caroline Zolls. Kristen Emsley Josephine Amato. Cecilia Ferranti Adams. Reva Shakun Calais. Lorenzo Piero Dell'Innocenti. Austin Robert Twiss. Yanni Vasily Tisfides. Alexis Marie Tusanardi. Desiree Michelle Powell. Isabella Rose Bullock. Kelly Marie Byrne. Kayla Madeline Zaritsky. You got a space. Stephanie Toussaint. Rain Lily Kinsley. Brianna Diamond Hunter. Madeline Lorraine Crouch. Erin Lane McWhirter. Elizabeth B. Ashman. Bella Dove Siskin. Grace Renee Futterman. Natalie Karen Shank. Hannah Elizabeth Bolandian. Emily May Putman. Grace Harrison Miller. Ida Ingrid Nevstad. Nadia Ann Pullman. Brianna Faye Zeberg. Nevin Lee Gordon. Lillian Claire Tucker. George Chrisfield Englehart. James Alexander Hamer. Abdul Malik Avidu. Benjamin Tobin.
Kaya Bryn Leitner. Christina Marie Brittis. Ella Vinette Sunshine. Samuel Nathan Robin. Jack Oliver Moses. Jacob Matthew Blaustein. George William Harrington. No. Anthony Liz Salgado. Wilson James Daniels. Eric Lazarus Stein. Jack Lucas Dorsey. Enrique Andres Pizantes. Logan Emerson Karstens. Jack Patrick Nealon. Samuel Robert Baxt. Trent Niraj Bansack.
Jay?
Ethan J. Vosper. Spencer James Stefani. Louis Anthony Pinto. Odin Eric Barty. Zachary Charles Aborisk. Colby John Zukowski. Liam Edmund Fanning. Paige Elizabeth Rohrbeck. Anastasia Summer Perry. Eloise Lauren Marchant. Madeline Pamela McGarry. George Kang Al. Azam Bustan Plummer. Matthew Benjamin Modal. Edward Pratt Dane. Zachary James Gladstone. Philip Strandell. Max Jacob Eigen. Daniel Thomas Lockney. John Paul Cordero. Charles Stephen Roof. Sydney Kara Panzer. Madison Elizabeth Phelps. Kate Francis Rudder. Avery Minnie Reiner. Allie Avila. Hannah Maeve Eld. Alexa Riley Stiegler. Brooke Elizabeth Givens. Lily Rose Roman. Morgan Emily Leonard. Amanda Bess Cohen. Catherine Brooks Ashman. Madison E. Friedman. Lauren Elizabeth Holmes. Sophie Meadow Tricarico. Blake Christian Runkle. Michael Gordon Bagoon. Matthew Renato Almanzi. Dorian Wayne Phillips. Aiden Buckley Conti. Catherine Ada Graham. Sydney Elizabeth Winthrop. Melanie Pepper Ann Lust. Mariela Anna Alderucci. Michelle Cassandra Kennedy. Hello. Jenny Fan. Kendall Marie Kowalski. Evan Victoria Chirac. Emma Jeanette Straight.
Tess Louise Davis. Kayla Renee Serlin. Tilly K. Yasenda. Nina Catherine Armstrong. Madeline Patricia Howard. Grace Shee. Chloe Alexandra Palumbo. Kate Avery Miller. Martin Joseph Menz. Dean Elliott Gendels. William John Stack. Thomas Roderick Jardim Messenger. Timothy John Luciano. Tyler Jaden Levitt. Donald Jeffrey Macluso. Arthur Benjamin Shapiro. Emmett Eliu Rizak. Colin James Willigan. How do you say your middle name? John Bonderit Meluish. James William Ferrone. August Edward McGee. Ethan Ashton Cross. Dylan Tucker Mace. Connor Wyatt Hanley. Sean Michael McKay. Nikita Duminin. Electra Molly Smuckler. Alejandro Garcia Latapi. Cooper John Knapp. Emily Rose Boyce. Noelle Jean Emlich. Marissa Lee Healy. Isabel Millett Powell. Anaruda R. Morali. Zachary Sloan Katz. Seth James Franklin. Darby Henry Zerillian. Nishika Navarang. Genevieve Lynn Domenico. Orly Ruth Sandlick. Emma Jane McKinney. Juliette Cezanne Berger. Daniel Earl Westfall. Nicholas Ryder Durkin. Angela Shule G. Austin Shanwai Lamb. Nicholas James Denton Chung.
Let's go, Chokers!
Eric Jordan Schwartz.
Alexander Kerpiel. Catherine Elizabeth Howard. Molly Elizabeth Fording. Griffin Alexander Cass. Casey Lewis Cohen. Casey Richard McGeehan. Brett Cooper Feinstein. Chad Shin Knight. Evan Scott Vishnu. Cole Mark Brockwell. Benjamin Alexander Schwartz. Jack David Saltis. Thomas Martin Lynch, Jr. Russell B. Kraus. Drew Rogers. Kevin Christopher Greer. Christopher Veneruso. Dylan Jefferson Ward. Andrew Moy. Kevin James Raybacks. Ryan Smith. Zachary Gardner Rogers. Margot Leota. Kevin Ludi. Elizabeth Mary Hogan. Ava Miriam Glick. Hillary Taylor O'Neill. Olivia Hogan Macior. Lauren Aphrodite Wasserman. Maxwell John Evans. Alexander Michael Didello. Dilara Sophia Tarut. Ashita Kumar. Priya Banerjee. Sarah Eleanor Burkowski. Joshua Eugene Burkowski. Abby Jordan Jonas. Noah Engelke. Jillian Meredith Cudwit. Anais Carmen Kermol. William Niles Hillhouse. Mauricio Inglada. Henry Thomas Hoss. Elliot William Kaufman. Brian Michael Krawick. Luke David Lorenz. Jacob Glenn Pauley. Zachary Seth McCoy. Reese Woods Cush. Zhou Chen Xiang. Benjamin Samuel Madison. Jack Stephen Phelps. Dylan Harris Weisberg. Joshua Evan Buckman. Joseph Aaron Diaz. Benjamin Longjun Jia. Samantha Sorelli. Mari Sachs. Chloe Paige Emilio. Emily Juliet Rotundo.
Jessica Bryn Schwartz. Julia Sheridan Selleck. Alexa Isabella Schwartz. Quinn Patrick Wagner. Alexander David Opliger. Carter Thomas Six. Carolyn Lauren Gray. Tabitha Faye Burke. Michaela Aaron Pritchett. Jane Alexandra Ewart. Cecilia Adele Marino. Leah Sky Deer. Juliana Nicole Rayo. Caroline Hope Kingston. Nikhil Goswami. Jason Orleans Lindsay. Sophie Ann Miller. Allison Rose Murray. Yep. Dakin Gulbranson. Anna Pilar Costello. Jacob Porter. Derek Lee Samuel Schlossberg. Alexander DeLon Windsor. Quinton Elijah Bravo. Melanie Lopez. Juan Rafael Chirinos. Justin Lou Lavro. John Stewart McNabb. Daniel Aaron Kornbluth. Joshua Chindring Zhang. Robert Gregory Diorio. Nicholas Ryan Ambrose. Andrew Jeffrey Zuckerman. William Huntington Hellman. Jason Alexander Katz. Ryan Albert Fellner. Jake Andrew Greenwald. Jack O'Brien Tooker. Owen Patrick Spangler. William Edward Roshan IV. John Christopher Ligori. Ryan Marshall Gleischer. Tyler Joseph Wilson. Austin Caleb Kraus. Cole Hudson Burnham. Maximilian Carl Wilhelm. Dominic Maximilian McConnell. Max Arthur Shapiro. Grace Victoria Trejak. Bangu? How do you say last name? Amrit Bangu. Melissa Matan Montano. Antonius Eric Matheson. Samuel John Whittle. Vaughn Michael Picarillo Seeley. Kylie Rose Adler. Luca Nobre Valadares. David Lee. Chet Arthur Ellis. Madison Paul Garland Torado. Zara Ahmad. Elise Rose McCambly. Jennifer Helm Winthrop. May Naomi Fleischman. William James Dorian. Sophie Rachel Gaspel. Charles Edward DiGiovanni. Shay Alexander Buchanan. Jamie Reese Orsic. Michael McCarthy Fording. Hannah Grace Fisher. Chloe Elizabeth Hankey. Rebecca Sophie Duncan. Daniela Waterworth. Eloise Angeline Piper. Honor Bridget Elaine Heisler. Sophia Marie Thomas. Madeline Marie Conheim. Kathleen Latito Condos. Henry Livingston Koskoff. Matthew Douglas Twombly. Eli Matthew Kornthal. Dylan Andrew Honig. Zach S. Strober. Matthew Cole Rowan. Jack William Shapiro. Oliver James Lindenbaum. Jake Leon.
Harris Bruce Azadian. Jacob Matthew Stanford. Luke James Welch. Michael Andrew Thompson. Theo Max Gabor. James Frederick Trinkle. Zach Jordan Horowitz. Daniel Maury Harrisman. Brian Edward Wilk. Cameron James Lynch. Austin James Scholes. Matthew Leon Tanzer. William Cole Rosenthal. Daniel Miles Felton. Max Marr. Zaire? Caleb Zaire Lipton. Caroline Rachel Sandhouse. Nicholas Joseph Caparelli. Andrew Littlefield Marshall. Jason Saul Kaplan. Gilbert Henry Engels III. Rye Sidney Cohen. Michelle Levy. Georgina Heather Nelson. Daniel Ford Leaf. Sophie Tatum Atkis. Gemma Louise Price. Bailey Kate Blakey. Amanda K. Samuels. Casey Brooke Rubin. Isabella Jeanette Cardello. Samantha Rose Pasilio. Alexa Paige Mizell. Grace Rosemi. Elizabeth Hope Fay. Catherine Ann Kasperius. Parker Francis Cuthbertson. Adelaide Morgan Hogue. Ashley Marina Wright. Lydia Hope Donovan. Julia Lara Gershowitz. Lindsay Nicole Dry. Bliss Katya Seidel. Bridget Claire Malloy. Olivia Rita Utter. Nicholas Landisman Brown. Sophie Elizabeth Driscoll. Chelsea Farrell Fox. Meredith Jane Hurtan. Abigail Ross. Samantha Ray Levin. Ellie Robin Arrow. Layla Gari Wafsi. Amanda Lauren Kaplowitz. May Catherine Logan. Mia Drew Fraz. Christian Gonzalez. Buckley M. Ryan. Lefty Penderakis. Andrew Zachary Martin. John Lowell Patterson. Gabriel Maximus Wick. Abigail Therese McGraw. Madeline Clara Steele. Catherine Salma Sproles. Isabel Anju Honda. Mia Anton Kobalinski. Logan Sarah Varsano. Alexandra Jane Sproles. Jared Benjamin Wayneshaw. Ryan Zachary Dean. Callum Elliott Gordon. William Venturin Foisey. Bradley James Cox. John Carter Montoni. Nicholas Allen Damasi. Mark Bassam Iskandar. Gregory Spencer Setos. Conrad Elliott Mann. Brandon Uriel Velez. Marcus Ross Mealy. Ethan Joshua Fox. Benjamin Scott Kurtz. Colin Bryson Johnson. Philip Simonet. Thomas Francis Fabian. And Theodore Comstock Davis.
How you doing, everybody?
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. As Dr. Seuss once said, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can you can steer yourself in the right direction you choose.
While turning our tassels seems like a simple gesture, it represents the passage of time over the last 4 years at Staples High School. It symbolizes the 180-degree changes within each of us, and it embodies the one community that we are all a part of and always will be, the Staples class of 2019.
Right. Turn your tassel knowing you have the tools to embrace this next chapter and steer yourself in the right direction.
So on the count of 3, please turn your tassels from the right to left. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The Staples class of 2019 has officially graduated. Congratulations.
Staples.
All right, so just a bit of business before we close this afternoon. Due to the weather, we will have in the auditorium atrium and in the auditorium, both will be open, as well as the cafeteria after the ceremony for photo opportunities and some light refreshments. Immediately following the ceremony, graduates will proceed to the gym and go to their homeroom tables to pick up their diplomas, and they will be able to meet their adoring fans right after they pick up their diplomas. So to close, I want to remind the seniors of what Harlan Cohen said to you a few short weeks ago, that as you prepare for this next transition in your life, the first thing to seek out are your people and your places. For the last 3 years, I've found my people in Rich, Jim, Pat, Megan, Bill, Lorraine, Marty, Libby, Sandra, Ed, and Horace. And our place was usually somewhere in and around my office on Friday mornings. You could find it pretty easily by the laughing. Together, none of us was defined by our title. And just like you seniors, who will soon be leaving these families in Westport so you can grow and make your own way, I will miss my Staples family, who have helped me figure out who I am and where I need to be. To the class of 2019, remember that you will always be a part of this family, and may you always look at yourself as more than a number. Don't just pray for the weekend, but find a path that helps you have more days that give you the joy of a weekend. Be rebels and rule followers. Don't worry so much about the manicured expectations that the world may have because you are from Westport. Find it in yourself to resist anger, forgive everyone, and get started on your path to fulfillment by fearlessly and relentlessly pursuing your passions. Members of the Board of Education, family, friends, and fellow educators, please join me one last time in congratulating the now graduated class of 2019.